in the bustling seaside town of Port Elizabeth is taken pretty seriously. From historical landmarks to modern marvels like the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, the vibe is laid back and forward-looking at the same time.
From one coastal town to another, oh yes, I'm in PE. Durban showed us what they've got, but PE has come out in the numbers. Let's check them out.
Our location was the Protea Marine Hotel, although the queue started around the corner.
People have many different reasons for why they want to become a top billing presenter. Maybe they want to meet the world's biggest celebs or travel the world. I want to know why you want to be a top billing presenter.
When I finished my business degree, I did a bit of acting and studied script writing and magazine journalism, and I thought that this would be a good way to fuse everything together.
I heard your friend auditioned in Bloom and she convinced you to come out.
Yeah, she phoned me up and she was like, listen, I'm standing outside the top billing interviews, and I was like, oh my word, I didn't even know about this.
How bad do you want this?
I was prepared for this like weeks ago, and I'm just ready. I'm excited.
The PE auditions attracted hundreds of entrants, so while their forms were being processed, Simba continued his voyage of discovery. It took him to a freshwater lagoon in the middle of a private game reserve, Royalston Wildlife Reserve, a destination venue and a launch pad.
I've seen cities in all kinds of ways, trains, cars, you name it. But my ultimate favorite is a helicopter. This particular one happens to start on a game farm and heads off in the city. Apparently, it's quite a journey. Quite excited. No doors. What can I expect to see out there?
You can expect to see so much. Port Elizabeth is diverse. It's incredible, magnificent. You are currently at the Lake de la Vie Conference and Wedding Facility, set at the Royalston Wildlife Reserve. We're surrounded by this magnificent forest. We have 650 head of game, including the sable antelope, giraffe, zebra. To the left of us, we have the biggest freshwater lake in Port Elizabeth, which does us proud. We're situated right next to it. It's absolutely fabulous. Once you leave here, you're going to travel along the coast to our blue flag beaches. Of course, our Kucha Deepwater Harbour, which we're very proud of, and the Nelson Mandela Stadium. And you're in the home of the friendliest people.
All four doors are off, so it's unbelievably cold. It's loud in here, but I forget all about it because of the beautiful views. I've seen all sorts of wildlife. The fauna and the flora. But then the next one, you're overlooking the city, the harbour, the port, and the beautiful Nelson Mandela Stadium. P, I love you, and I can't wait to see more.
Sweeping coastal vistas over Mandela Bay provide a fantastic backdrop, but make no mistake, there is power in this postcard. As tourism coordinator Yonka Fourie explains, Route 67 is a public arts initiative that has transformed part of the inner city.
Route 67 is a very recent development, but what is it all about?
Well, Route 67 is Nelson Mandela Bay's new art and heritage route, with the 67 referring to the 67 years that Nelson Mandela spent in public. And it also links with this as in that there's 67 art pieces all along the route, right down from the Camp Nou up to the Donkin Reserve. And what you will find is that it's all local artists that's come together and put up all these different art pieces. And you can see where we're walking right now, all these crosses on the pathway represents future votes within the democracy of South Africa. And this spot with this winding path has become a very popular spot with skateboarders, as we've seen. One of the centerpiece art pieces on the Donkin Reserve is a voting line over here, which represents the first democratic elections of 1994. And this voting line ends with the figure of Nelson Mandela pointing his fist into the air at the biggest flag in Africa.
That is huge. How big is it?
Well, that's about the size of a tennis court.
You know, it's the perfect culmination of the new and the old. The new being the beautiful artwork around here. The old being the pyramids, the lighthouse. The way this whole route spirals up represents the progression of this beautiful democracy. And that flag up there, you see how big that is? That represents how proud we should be of this beautiful country.
Port Elizabeth, South Africa salutes you. Meanwhile, back at the auditions, the nervous tension was making some a little flustered, although Lorna was keeping her eyes firmly on the prize.
I must just tell you, you have the most amazing eyes.
You're making me feel a tad bit intimidated.
Well, I'm quite close. I'm getting quite comfortable, you know what I mean?
I hope my eyes are working, so that's all I'm saying.
Since the first presenter search in 2006, the competition has developed an easygoing style. Our first round judges, Joanne, Lars and Ayanda, were determined to keep things relaxed.
The top billing presenter search has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and we've discovered some amazing talent. Now with me here in Port Elizabeth, we have Lars, our top billing director extraordinaire, and we have Ayanda, fantastic, from Mhlobo Wenene, and they're going to help us to see just how much talent we have here in the Eastern Cape. What are you guys looking for?
Well, we've had Bloem and we've had Durban, so we've had a mixed bag so far. A case of the good, the bad, and the have to be seen, we believe.
Okay.
So I'm hoping the same will happen here in PE.
Ayanda, what do you think?
2 years ago, we were here. We produced Lauren Manga, who ended up being in the top 10, if I'm not wrong. So I think PE is going to bowl you over. I'm much confident about the kind of talent we're going to get here. People are really hungry for these types of opportunities, and I think we're going to do really great. I'm rooting for PE.
Fantastic. I think we've had enough camera time. Let's share the camera. Let's sit down and let them do the action.
Great. I agree.
Good evening and welcome to Top Billing, your eye on the good life.
Top billing is all about making dreams come true, and tonight is no different.
I'm not here to sing, I'm not here to give poetry, I am not here to do clothes, but I am here to give you nothing but the best of good life.
From humble beginnings as a lecturer, our next guest had no clue that his passion for fashion would take him to showcase in New York Fashion Week, and of course, having the Nelson Mandela Bridge all to himself.
And so with that said, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to Top Billing with 7 magical words. Good evening and welcome to Top Billing.
Wow! Love it. I actually have tears in my eyes. Oh.
The qualities of a winning presenter include a love for adventure and meticulous preparation. For trainee pilot Sipa Kema, getting into the air and staying there is all in a day's work. She's very talkative and a tad loud, so the environment she works in is a good match. Not a woman to back down, she's now set course for top billing.
You know, with being a top billing presenter, we get put into situations that are quite challenging for us. And you know, this looks quite challenging. How is she doing at flying?
Oh, Sipa, she is brilliant when she starts flying, but until she gets flying, ooh, she's a complete bundle of nerves.
What made you want to become a pilot?
Well, first of all, it started as a hobby. It's just something that was meant to be for fun. And then I got into it and I noticed, hey, I'm not that scared of heights as I thought I was. And I just thought, you know what, it's challenging. You don't find females doing it. Let me just go for it. And it's so much fun. Hi there, I'm Sipa Kema. I'm 22 years old from the beautiful windy city of Port Elizabeth. I'm a student pilot at Madiba Bay School of Flight. Now, the cool thing about what I do is there's never a dull moment in the classroom. It is, of course, 200 feet above sea level.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We can't wait to get out of here. Not that bad.
On tonight's episode of Top Billing, we chat to Twilight's author Stephanie Meyer about her new novel's main character, Morale. She's confident and goal-orientated, but not full of herself.
Sorry. Oh, goodness.
Oh, sorry.
More! We need more!
That actually went really bad. I wish I could do it over.
Do it once more.
Thank you. Being memorable is the one thing that people tend to yearn for. But what in the world does it take to stand out?
There is one thing that I'll always be certain of, and that is my passion for fashion and TV.
Awesome.
Great.
Happy? Fantastic. You are absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.
Your face just lights up a room. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Ciao.